Hey, good morning, awesomes. Greetings again. Again, I'm just talking to you via audio and just kind of showing you what's on my screen here. This video, we're going to talk about researching for Project 3. So I'll go over a couple of things to kind of help you with kind of like how to think about um, fulfilling your research plan in preparation for Project 3. Real quickly, I'm on Moodle. I'm on our Moodle site, and I know that you probably already kind of figured this out. The video here, when I try to embed it, the video, it just brings this screen up, but I left it there just to kind of more to kind of like say this is a video. So obviously, I'm sure you figured out by now. You click on here, it takes you to my YouTube channel and brings up the video that I displayed earlier. So I assume that these videos will probably look similar to that. So I'll be posting the next videos in here since we are still kind of specifically within this range, um, and we'll go from there. So I've the previous video is Project 2, just talking about revisions in general, and then I will come back and talk to you, and we'll go over into detail these particular questions in the Project 2, the actual screencast video itself. But today I want to talk to you more about researching. So I've got the Google Scholar site up here, and I've got a couple other pages up here we're going to kind of look at. And the things I want to talk to you about is as you are researching, and let's say that you're find out that your issue may have something to do, let's say, public relations. So I go to Google Scholar and I just start typing in stuff to try to figure out where am I going to get the most hits. These are going to be previous or popular searches already, or searches that have tags in them already in the metadata when these are posted. And so these are a lot of times going to be the keywords, right? We're going to really start to talk about in each one of these scenarios, depending on what it is that you are researching. We want to kind of think about what's the language, what's the discourse, how are they talking about the issue that you have discovered, you and your team have discovered that you're going to tackle. So if I just say, in this particular one, I did public relations, strategies came up, tactics come up, then it goes into even further detail. But before we go into further detail, I do want to kind of point out that a lot of times what I do here is just to get a rough idea. Not only am I getting different types of titles that may or may not be specifically related, they may be tangential to what I'm doing, but I do want to kind of point out these kind of things here when it starts to list the so you got the title, and you got the author, then you got the publication that it came out of, and then this is the publisher. So you've got a book here. Then starting to notice here, right? So I know that there is there's a journal out there that exists called Public Relations Review. So the first four responses that have come back with this search on Google Scholar, two of them have been through Public Relations Review. Then here's some related searches, which was the ones that I brought up at the top a second ago. And we've got this, so we can't see the full one here, but there's an international, here's Public Relations Review again. So this is global, so it's probably going to be more like a for overseas, but so here's another one in the Journalism and Mass Communication Quarterly is another possibility. All right, communication culture and critique down here, so we can start to get an idea that we've already got like 2 or 3 publications that at least allow or have a focus on public relation strategies, or at least publish public relation type strategies in their publications. So that helps us with when we think about primary versus secondary research. Obviously, we're probably not going to be able to do as much primary research given our current climate right now, but definitely going to have to focus more on secondary research. So there's one way to kind of think about Google Scholar. I also use Google Scholar to come up with, I located by just typing in fast food trade publications and found this QSR. I believe this stands for Quick Service Restaurants. Um, and you'll notice here you can look at food safety, health and wellness. Obviously, there's going to be a lot in the food industry right now concerning the coronavirus. But you can also look at operations, and then they will have within each one of these, you'll start to find there are specific articles, links to resources, say talking about customer experience. If yours has to do with that at a fast food restaurant, it might be employee management. Maybe you have employee issues. This might be a good, or it's maybe overall restaurant operations in general, or maybe it's a combination of both of those. And you can then click on those, and it'll take you to those type of different things that you might want to know. So here are some reports on these particular subject matters, right, that you can find. So with a little research, you can start to find. So this is a trade publication that we talked about in class. Continuing on to, so here I was trying to think about food quality control and just reviewing several of your Project 3 proposals. Those of you in the food industry, a lot of them had to do with food quality control. So I literally, folks, just start typing in the words that I'm noticing, right? So, and then here we go, school scholarly articles for food control, quality control challenges, right? So I just came up with, start typing words to find out where is it happening, right? So here's qualityassuranceMag.com, right? And maybe this will lead me to, here's ResearchGate.net. And here's an article that's talking about challenges in the control of food quality. And then this one's talking about safety more particularly. But here we go. If I hit scholarly articles for food quality control challenges, it brings me back to Google Scholar. And then boom, I've got, here's production economics. How can we talk about, maybe they're talking about something very specific here. Here's, oh, hey, here's food control. There's a food control magazine or publication of some kind, right? Here's trends in food science and technology. Oh, here's food control again. So this is starting to tell me something that I might be able to use, or at least a publication that I can, like, oh, here's food control again. To see if my particular issue or the particular issue that your group is tackling. And then here's related searches. It always kind of gives you an idea. Maybe there is more specificity right in here to help you talk about your issues or the issue about which your team is looking at. And the next thing I will kind of mention as you look at these two, there's this range here that you can look at. So we notice that some of these are like 2008, 2005. I always kind of like to look in the last 4 to 5 years, at least start there, so we can get some of this data here, right, or this information or this research is going to be what I would consider more recent, right, or more relevant perhaps, so it's not outdated. So a lot of times I will hit the since 2016 anyway. If I want to go back to 2015, I can do it through a custom range, and I can enter that. I can enter this, I can change this 2016 to 2015 if I wanted to. And then we start to look down through here and see if we start getting some of the same types of either trade publications or, so here's total quality management, all these kinds of things. And of course there's other pages to go. We can see if we can't find right here. Oh, here's food control again, right? So we've got these journals that deal with the issues, right? If that's one of your issues, and that's a good way to kind of go about it. And so finally, just another Google Scholar search. I know one of the groups is doing something about call center management for online customer service. So I just started typing in words until I got some sort of a search. And I just start reading these, and just reading. You don't have to read the whole thing, but what is it they're talking about right in here? This one kind of drew my attention. This is about operations research. This is customer learning in call centers from previous waiting experiences. Obviously, it has something else to do with it. But the reason I wanted to just go ahead and click on one of these is because you're always going to get the abstract, and you can at least read through the abstract to kind of give you some sort of an idea that will tell you so you don't have to read the whole thing, will this one work or not? right? So here's another one. And I clicked on this one for two reasons. I wanted to kind of see what they might be talking about when it comes to a performance paradox, but I also wanted the name of the journal. So when I clicked on it, so I've got the title right here. And then I start to find out exactly what is taking place or where it was. So here's the abstract and this will tells me right in here in this abstract, very specifically what they did, right? That's one thing that's really great about these abstracts, especially if they're written really, really well. And then, of course, up at the top here, we tell us the Academy of Management Discoveries. So they've allowing under the Academy of Management within these publications. So they've got some other journals up here that may or may not be useful. And then you can always click on the search button here and see if you can just look. You can search by keywords, key authors. If you want to stick within the Academy of Management and Design, which is Academy of Management Discoveries, you can stay right within that space and continue to research those things. So that's just a brief overview, kind of like how to kind of really think about your research, and it really boils down to opening up this up here. You've got Google, and then whatever your particular issue is, you just start typing it in. All right. So if you're thinking about your business, it's wait times for food delivery at casual, let's say, restaurants, right? All right, wait times. So we're getting this kind of thing back. Study released on wait times, all right, at FSR Magazine. Research short wait times. All right, so then we start to figure out, okay, oh, what's too long? All right, so we start to find out, maybe we can gather some information. Oh, here we are back to QSR Magazine, which is where we were for a second ago, how restaurants can thrive in the delivery economies, right? So now we're talking about, see how they're talking about these kinds of things. How long should you wait? It's just a good place for us to start. And then a lot of times I take this same information here, copy it, and I go right to Scholarly, so Google Scholar, customer identification, acceptable waiting times, right? So now we're starting to get Journal of Food Service and Business Service, right? Hospitality, oh, here's Hospitality Quarterly, the role of technology in having to do with wait times, right? Acceptable customer service waiting times at these restaurants, Journal of Hospitality and Tourism. So now we start to get an idea of where these things are located and where these conversations may or may not be taking place, or at least a good place for us to start. Again, we can hit the since 2016 and see how that changes. And then we've got the links and everything right here to look at them. All right, so I'll post this very, very soon. Within this week, and I'll be back with you to talk more about the project screencast later on, probably in the day. All right, wish you all a most wonderful day. You guys hang in there, and again, please just let me know if there's anything I can do for you. I miss you all. Stay awesome.